This is a book review of Essentialism. We are Accessory to Success and review a lot of business books here. If you like that kind of content, you probably love our weekly email newsletter where we send out new book releases, reviews, takeaways from these great business books we review. In this specific review, we have a lot of other book recommendations, and you can find links to all of those in the blog post. Thanks for listening, and now let's move on to the main takeaway from this great book. Essentialism is a trained, efficient methodology for figuring out where our most noteworthy purpose or commitment lies. At that point, making execution of those things practically easy. Essentialism shows you another way to deal with profitability and life by permitting you to be incredibly specific about the fundamental things throughout your life and afterwards savagely removing everything else. If read at the right time, this is one of the most powerful books available. Here are some bullet point takeaways of what you'll learn in this great book. You can focus on the important things if you stop trying to please everybody. Essentialism is a way of living rather than just a principle. It entails living by design. Essentialism is more of getting the important stuff done rather than many things. It is about investing your time wisely so as to work on that which is essential. Now let's move on to the main summary. Do one thing at a time. In today's world, our lives are fast-paced and filled with different responsibilities and tasks. This influx tends to confuse us on what's a priority. We may make an effort to do all our tasks, but we still end up doing too much. This really affects our overall productivity. By adopting essentialism, we can sift through the task and set the priorities right. This way, one can identify what's not important in your life to cut out and remaining with what's of high quality. We must reject the idea that we have to accomplish everything we do. We must learn to choose what's essential and specific so that we can excel in the field. Essentialism is about making great strides in the work that matters to you, not being a jack of all trades, the opposite of the book Range. The essentialist's way is not about getting more things done in a shorter period of time. Neither is it about getting less done. It's about one thing, getting the right things done only. Another wonderful book on this subject is The One Thing. We have to change the notion that we can do it all, and we can do it all alone. Essentialism is about getting the right balance of what's important. It's about taking back control of our own choices and how we won't spend our time. Essentialism tells us that to become the editor of your life, one has to adopt the 90% rule. Before doing anything or making a decision, look at the most important criterion and value them 0 to 100. Whatever falls under 90 is not considered important and should go. Another good book on this is Getting Things Done. Take the example of sorting out your wardrobe. Calculate the chances of you wearing a certain piece of clothing again, ever. If it falls below the 90%, then throw it out. Just as when you make a to-do list, keep asking yourself what's the most important and complete the ones that are at the top of the list. One cannot just determine what activities make the best contribution. One has to actively eliminate those that do not add value. More on the value of to-do lists can be found in the book The Checklist Manifesto. Using an application of key-based criteria, the purpose of less enables us to regain control of our own choices, allowing us to channel our time, energy, and effort with the aim of maximizing input towards those significant goals and activities. For essentialism to become a lifestyle and not only an irregular exercise, essentialists also depend on the arrangement, routine, and festival of little gradual advancements. A key for an essential life is planning for the unexpected and creating a buffer in all they do. They recognize that you can't foresee the unforeseen and they get ready for it. McEwen expands looking into it for readiness by proposing we add half an hour to our time appraisals to prepare for the unexpected delay. It's about avoiding problems whenever possible, something mentioned in the classic How to Win Friends and Influence People. Essentialism likewise grasps making schedules to accomplish flow state. By making these schedules our default, we exhaust less exertion attempting to support them. This opens up vitality for other inventive interests. It's the same reason Zuckerberg wears the same shirt every day, so he doesn't have to think about what to wear. To overhaul terrible schedules and replace them with great ones, McEwen proposes taking advantage of our propensity circles, recognizing our signals, and discovering approaches to redirect them towards our more essentialist lifestyle. At long last, essentialism begins little and praises progress. Of the apparent multitude of sorts of inspiration, progress is the best, since little successes make energy. Another book with a single focus, but on the benefits of honesty in the workplace, is Radical Candor. About the author, Greg McEwen. McEwen is the CEO of McEwen Inc., an organization he owns, and with a focus on implementing essentialism in organizations and individuals. His customers include Apple, Facebook, and Google. He also serves as a young global leader for the prestigious World Economic Forum. McEwen's writings have been posted and appeared in the Huffington Post, New York Times, and Inc. magazine. He writes a blog on the Harvard Business Review, which proved to be one of the most popular, attracting 1 million average views a month. McEwen is a cultivated, open speaker and has addressed several crowds across the world, including Australia, Japan, and China. Initially from London, England, McEwen now lives in the Silicon Valley with his significant other and their 4 kids. This has been a book review of Essentialism. We are Accessory to Success. Thanks for listening. There's a lot of other book recommendations we've made in this review. You can find links to all of those again in the blog post. Don't forget to subscribe to our email newsletter. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next review.